Alright, let's get on with it then. It's a wildcard stream, and it's Let Them Trade. Never played this game, never really watched this game being played either. I think Kaladin was on it, but it was only tangential interest going on. Even so, I've grabbed this and I want to check it out because I'm always hungry for more games about making loads of money. In fact, it's something that I'm really ravenous for, but it's hard to find something that scratches the itch just right. Will this one? I don't know, but I guess we're going to find out. Probably going to have to learn how to play this game, so give me the campaign. Looks like it teaches us what we need to know. Basics, research, bandits, branching out. Let's jump into it and see what this game is made of. I don't know how long we'll be playing it for today. Maybe minutes, maybe hours. Welcome to Let Them Trade. I am the king. Okay. So the king is just directly giving me instructions. Very nice. And there's your little advisor, Mr. Nuts. Thought I saw you in Backpack Battles. I have big plans to grow the economy in my domain. I can't oversee everything personally. Feasts and balls, so time intensive. Alright, so good. I'll do what you need, Caesar. Teach me what I need to know. Top right tells us our quests. Okay, very good. Main quests must be completed. Side quests don't matter at all. Finish scenarios. Pay attention. Move the camera. Alright. Forwards, backwards, left and right. I'm so good at this. And then pan forwards and backwards and right and left. So easy. And then we can rotate. Alright, I think I get it. And then we can zoom in, zoom out. All too easy. And then we can just press R to reset. Time to build your first city. We've got to start with a city center. Select the city center in the basics and build it. I'll get right on that, champ. But there's also a castle. Oh, I think that's underneath here. Alright, so I build the city center. We start with a castle and then, gosh, I'm doing all the work here, king. This is all you've got. What do they eat? Playing a hex grid game, very peculiar. Yeah, I think I've softened up on hex-based games a fair bit. A lot of the disgust mostly came from Civilization. A series that I cannot stand, with one exception. Do you know what that exception is? I brought it up before. Can we rename these cities? Oh, we can rename the cities. You will henceforth be known as Malton. After all, I built you. Now that you've founded your new city, you can do production and residential buildings. Potato farms, peasant homes, left shift for multiples of them. Very well. Here, get some nice lakeside homes and have some lovely tatty farms. And we'll see how that operates. So first they get built. Is there a way to speed up the game? There are buttons up here, and it says it's the F buttons. Holy moly. When was the last time I had a game that had F buttons mapped for something? That has very much fallen out of favor. Like using the arrow keys to move around. Although arrow keys do move you in this game. I was playing Tropico 4 yesterday, actually. Just suddenly had the urge to hit up my Banana Republic. And that game doesn't have WASD, and it doesn't have key rebindings. Oh, Lord, it felt so weird navigating with the arrow keys, because the other way to navigate was with edge panning, and I wouldn't be caught dead edge panning. Did you see the little guys with the carts? Not really. Those are city transporters. Resources must be transported from production to consumption. Yes, they're responsible for doing so inside the city. I see. When you're about to place a building, you'll see arrows indicating distance traveled by transporters. The city has a limited number of them. Bigger the city, the farther the transport needs to travel. And they'll have a hard time keeping up. Okay, so this is actually a logistics game then. Just like how Tropico turns into a traffic management game once you get to any scale. You may notice there are grey unexplored tiles. There are some over here, yes. We can see a UI for knights. I thought this was just a link over to Mandalore Gaming. So we can take our knights, like Sir Quentin here. Oh, I can change the name. Is the whole name Sir Quentin? So I call you Nick. Okay, we can give you a proper name then. Alright, we're going to call you Zing. Actually, we'll just call you Dingus. Alright, Dingus, I want you to go and check this place out. But how do we do that? It probably told me how, and I probably didn't pay any attention. I definitely didn't pay any attention. Alright, Dingus. Maybe there's a button that tells them to scout. Castle supplies, scout package, order to the keep, order into scout, jump to the night. Alright, so if I just order you to scout and send you over there. Hey! Cute little wooden design here. Strongly feeling that this is a game developed by Germans. In fact, I'll be very surprised to find that it isn't German or German adjacent made. And the whole board here feels very Settlers of Catan. And we're actually just playing it in a modern-ish conservatory. I'm not sure if that's a modern radio, though. Alright, you found a forest tile. Let's find a new city there. Another one already? If you insist. Meanwhile, Dingus just keeps on exploring for me. Get off of Dingus. And then build ourselves another one here. Or do you want me to do it next to it? I wonder what happens if I put it by the sea. Most resource buildings need to be placed on a specific type of tile. Lumberjacks, forest tiles, wood. But you need inhabitants, so don't forget your peasant buildings. Sure. Okay, can't put the peasants in the water much as I would like to. The developer is from Nuremberg, so yeah. How expected. Oh well, you know, do what you know, right? I am quite impressed by the wee animations here, though. Very cute game. I wonder how large the scale gets. Are we going to fill up the whole table? Are we going to need a bigger table? Are we going to need to buy all the expansion packs? Now, I enjoy playing some nice board games here, but I want someone else to do the setup, because my days it can get strenuous. Playing Settlers of Catan was quite the... what's the word? Quite the routine for us when we were in university. There was a German guy staying with us, and he brought over Settlers of Catan, so we played it in German for quite a while. And eventually most of us got our own board sets of Catan, and we would play it whenever we get together. Sometimes we'd even go out to somewhere, bring the board game and play it. Like an ice cream parlor. Inhabitants, they have needs and wants, and this is reflected in the resources they consume. If they're not met, they'll remain in the city. Oh no, if they are met, they'll remain in the city. If not, they become unhappy and move out. Oh dear. A very strongholdish. Resources are built up into basic, luxury. Basics are more important. If they're provided, then they'll no longer move out. Okay, but what happens if they're happy with luxury stuff? Extra happiness. Inhabitants provide money to the city depending on their happiness. Yeah, I wish I could have that in my tax return. I'm not very happy, so I'm not paying my taxes. Ah, road building. Yes, constantly asking if anybody has wood for sheep. My favorite move in Settlers of Catan is trading away all of my resource and then playing Monopoly card for that exact resource. Oh, it feels good. Absolutely puts everybody in their place. Of course, nobody trusts you for trades after that, but it doesn't matter. You just need to win it once. It feels like I need the road to also go inside here. Yes, there we go. Oh, through the little gate here as well. That does line up rather nicely. Feels good when things just click together like that. Each city has its own budget. It'll spend that on buying resources, selling resources, what it overproduces. Prices of resources in the economy are determined by supply and demand. That's interesting. Managing production and flow of resources in the economy, indirectly managing prices. It's vital. On every trade, you levy a trade tax of 25% on both cities. Ooh. Cities are specialized, must import many resources from one another. Beware of monopolies. They may drive up prices and make the economy inefficient. How does that even work? You can see the market price on the global resource thing in the top left. Click a resource, you'll switch to focus mode. Ah. Also, you're getting a little bit in the way, chat, so I'm going to have to squish you down a bit. Lots of additional information is available. Global production, consumption. Okay, very good. The first city produces potatoes and buys wood. The second city, yes, I understand. You can F3 and see it in action, speedy like. I played so many rounds with my older brother and sister, we renamed the game to Streit von Catan, Dispute of Catan, because it often ended in a fight. What's there to fight over? The game has very clear rules. Plus it's all chance-based, right? We're 20 minutes in, more than I expected Jake lasting before dropping the game. Don't know why you'd say that. It's a game about trading, right? That's something I've long been hungering for in a good game. Transporters, traders between cities, limited amount, overloaded, cities upgraded. Applied at any time, coins and resources. Select the city, select the icon. And then we can upgrade the village. Costs wooden planks, which they're sourcing locally. Is that going to cut into my profits? Maybe. Very good, you've finished the first part of the tutorial. In part 2, you'll research more advanced buildings and upgrades. See you then. Well, that was rather simple. But I guess that's the point. This is just Tutorialville. The game is unbearably slow. Sometimes slow is fine. Different games fulfill different needs. Good showing last time. I promised to teach you about another thing or two. There's research upgrades. Uh-oh. I just suddenly felt something. Yeah, I know what it was. It was the itch for playing Caesar. Damn. Okay, I'm going to need to sort that out soon. Right, today we're going to be learning about research upgrades and modifications. I've been siphoning off a few coins from the infrastructure budget to pay for my birthday party preparations. In times of austerity, a strong leader must take tough decisions. Unintended consequences, complete and utter dilapidation of the kingdom bridges. I guess it's up to me to fix that. Yeah, all 166 episodes of Patrician 4 Fun can attest to me being okay with slow. Well, that's not necessarily true. Patrician 4 was very hands-on. The game is only as slow as you want it to be, because if you need more money, you can just take direct action to make more money. Roads to the shore, connect them with bridges. Okay, how hard could that be? Give me a bridge, and let's bring you two together. It cost me money, though. They will trade again. Wooden potatoes are nice. We want to produce other things. Planks. Plank. Alright, Johnny 2x4 is on the case. Research is done in the castle, but you need a research center. Ooh, the castle expands. Research trees in the top left. Get the sawmill researched. It's like I'm really playing Victoria 3. One sawmill, please. It costs dosh. Ah, it looks like it costs wood. I'm unsure if this is only costing me money or if it's costing me wood, but well. Right now I love the design, but where's the challenge of the game? From what little I've seen of this game already, I'm not sure it's actually the game that has any challenge at all. It looks like you're just building a little sandbox. But I don't know the game very well. We've only just started looking at it. What's with these buttons? They look all wibbly-wobbly. Am I imagining that? Right, your sawmill has appeared in the build menu. Place it down. Your wish is my command, sire. Why? They both produce wood already, right? So it seems kind of weird. If you want people moving goods around, surely you'd want to do wood in one place and then planks away from the place. Is that right? Or do I get money on it exchanging hands here anyway? Besides researching new buildings, you can research new upgrades. Once unlocked, they'll give you benefits. I like benefits. Let's try it in the lumberjacks. Let's bring up level 2 lumberjacks. Very well, sire. But where are the lumberjacks? Here are the lumberjacks. Oh, it goes from the bottom to the top. David Cameron would not be happy. So, does that mean the resources needed for the upgrade go to the keep? Sure looks like it. They're getting planks and potatoes delivered. Fascinating. Upgrading a lumberjack to level 2 will something something. Increases output a good amount. To apply the upgrade, select lumberjack. Okay, so that upgrade wasn't enough. We actually need to make these even better by upgrading them as such. In addition to allowing level up buildings, research upgrades, modifications, turned on and off at no extra cost. Modifications are unique. They have modifications. Let's test out the Forester modification for the lumberjack. Unlocked, researched, select lumberjack, select the modification. An extra peasant slot and plus 50% output. Oh, that's pretty big. Very good. Last but not least, buy resources at your castle. If auto buy is set at the castle, traders will automatically purchase resources for the research center. Aha. In the resources tab, castle UI, target storage, resources, currently economy, toggle on auto buy. Direct buy, castle UI. Prices will not be so good. So what I would want you to do is have 60, I think that says 60 wooden storage for you. So that means I set you to be at 60. Moving is hard, typing is easy. Buy or sell resources automatically to target amount. Yeah, and look at that trade price go. Go to bad places. I started another round of watching patrician, says Tom Steendam. I've seen Tom around, and every time that name gives me a problem. It's the 6th time. I can only imagine it's something that people put on to help lull themselves off to sleep, because it is not compelling or even engaging stuff. It's just build, 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 build. Crazy thing about that run is that not long after I finished it, I did it again. I was unsatisfied that it wasn't done on hard mode, so I did it again on hard mode in my own time. I did the right thing, right? They're taking their sweet time building up this this supply. I'm seeing big old carts of wood coming in. Come on, get it built up. There we go. Congratulations! I have a perfect little task for you. Something small to get you started. I don't want something small. I want something big. Well, this is bigger. My dear and loyal subject, welcome to Crooks Cay. I know this may come as a surprise, but despite my impeccably wise and selfless leadership, the kingdom does have an occasional problem with bandits. We're really Arcton here. We're going to have to move our Ritter piece to take care of that. Crooks Cay may look a little lovely and serene. It's been preyed on by the big bad Bob. I can accept some stolen food here and there, but he robbed my sweet, sweet trade. Train retinue, equip knights, and kick his butt. Build a barracks. You can tell it's German-made because there's no real violence here. So, oh, kick his butt. I'm gonna flay him alive here. Let's research the light barracks. Do it in the castle tab, as you desire. That is not the thing. Perhaps I need to research it, as they said. Sawmill, quarry, lumberjack, aristocrat. The light barracks needs to be researched. I thought I was just looking at research. I don't see a light barracks. Ah, now I see a light barracks. How did I not notice that? Very easily. I'm very good at not noticing things. Probably not a good trait for someone that streams. Yet here I am. So get it researched and get it built. Jake playing Dragon Age the Veilguard helps. Oh, what a horrific experience that was. Certainly played a lot of bad games in my time. Alright, now that we have it, just get it built. Simple as that. One would imagine. Can't help but notice this road just leads directly into a cliff face. That can't be... It can't be logistically sound. But these little animations are really cute. And surprisingly detailed. I get the same feeling you would get watching someone play Nancy, Drew. Oh, what chafed nipples. Now that you have a barracks, you can train some retinue. Retinue produced in the castle, equipped to the knight. He gets back home, retinue will help him out in battle, increasing combat strength to take on bigger bandits. Train light revenue, they may not be the strongest, but they'll still pad out numbers. We have the Mr. Nuts Wiki. The Mr. Nuts Wiki. If a city runs out of money, okay, very good. Make them happier so they make more money, I see. Alright, produce me some retinue then. Not something I do here. Oh, it looks like it's automatically being produced. Those are my little wooden knights down there. Well, one of them's done, so I guess we just wait. A lot of hands-off stuff here, which is fine. Victoria is a hands-off game, and everyone loves that, right? Great, looks like knight retinue are trained. Equip them to a knight. On the retinue button at the bottom. Alright, sure. Take all 3 of the... Oh, you want all 6 of them on you. Alright, there you go. There's your light retinue. Light, medium, and heavy. Heavy guy looks so old and jaded. Right, it's Big Bad Bob. He's making for the trade route. Select the guard mode. Go and teach him a lesson quickly now before he makes off with my money. Alright, you're on guard mode. Is he really that big or bad? Oh, some wee dice rolling combat here. Not at all what I expected. I didn't expect combat in this game at all. Wait, what is this? We're just lining up one by one against him. He gets a +2 to his rolls, the cheating bugger. I think he's dead. Yeah, they even have Vicky 3 combat. Wait, he appears to just be running back. Perhaps we need to go and destroy the bandit camp itself. In that case... Looks like our light revenue is okay. Yeah, very German game. There's no violence here. They actually just sat down and rolled dice at each other. All your years of EU4 dice skills will come in handy. Yeah, rolling that 6 shock with my all-cavalry army. Alright, we're just going to stroll on in and murder you. There are 3 of them, but somehow 9 of us. Ah, simultaneous combat. I suppose you could just get unlucky and he murders the entire team. Seems unlikely, though. Okay, no, there we go. That's what you get for disturbing my lovely trade. Good work, we sure showed him. You sure are handy to have around. I guess I'll have a job for you. I guess I would. Alright, so that was literally Tutorial Island, all well and done. Do I continue on with the campaign or just start playing? I suspect there's a lot that I don't know yet. I'll keep doing this. Greetings, loyal subject. Mr. Nuts and I decided we need to spruce up the kingdom's wood production. Are these actually getting bigger, the maps? This forest seems like a fine area for that. Establish the economy, build up production, expand and optimize wood production. I will not be able to oversee this personally, as the outdoors wreak absolute havoc on my complexion. That's when I thought of you. You don't care about complexions, do you? Get to work. You don't get to say get to work. Oh, he is telling me more. Okay. Establish a basic economy, 2 cities, produce wood, produce potatoes. Sure, seems easy enough. That's what we did before, although we have freedom of where we place them. Tons of forest over here, but there's nice forest over here as well. Yeah, this one's got more forest, so... shove one over here. Shove one over here. I wonder if you need to be near mountains for anything. Give them some homes. I forgot, you're going to hold shift left click if you want plenty of them. And then get me some wood. And then get me some tatties. Everybody's miserably unhappy, but they say all is fine here. Good to know. Yeah, nice of us to agree to consecutive one-on-one fights. It seems like dying was only a temporary setback. The retinue was fine after the combat ended. Bunty Man says, what is this we're playing? Let them trade. But surely you could just tilt your head up a couple of degrees and see that in the title. Oh ho, it does expand. Nice and quaint, however, fine words doth butter no parsnips. Okay. Get serious, develop more land here. We're going to need many more inhabitants to work as lumberjacks. Wood doesn't grow on trees. Grow the population, have enough workers, meet production requirements. And what are the requirements for production? You want me to have 16 peasants and 2 additional city centers. But all I seem to be able to produce right now are... well, I can do sawmilling, can't I? I'm going to assume we would want to do additional sawmilling here. Ah, we can't build adjacent to the castle itself. Interesting. Look at that. Green if I build it here, but red if I build it here. Is it that they don't like being so far away? Possibly. And surely they don't like going around on... yeah, look how much they speed up when they finally get onto roads. I was going to say going off-road like plebes, but they are plebes, aren't they? Looking good. Is there a good way to see the overview of peasant numbers? Because, for example, how do I know if this place wants or needs more peasants or not? Because it looks like they're too shy. But they have 1, 2... ah, I see. You've got to have them in houses then. Very well. I can surely handle that. There you go. Although it goes red, I don't know what to make of that. I'm completely unsurprised, Worm, that a German would play this very German game. Alright, how about that research? What can we do here? We've already got the sawmill and the tatty farm and whatnot. Maybe I should look into quarrying, but maybe right now we just need to build up more and more locations, which is fine. As long as I have the dosh, and I appear to have plenty of dosh. It's my favorite kind of dosh. Maybe we can even go fishing around here, which would be pretty cool. Let's look into that. So if I build you over here, and then we're going to build a lovely road to connect you all up. Is that going to destroy the woods? Probably not. I will believe that it's probably not. And let's produce even more wood. Wood is good. The city is already at maximum building count. What? Okay, you gotta upgrade the cities to be able to have more buildings in them there, I see. Current amount of production is not exactly what I had in mind. It's time to get more of these burly fellows to work. Build more lumberjacks. Upgrading existing ones, I don't mind. Just get chopping. Gosh, he loves having a lot of wood, so he does. Well, if you insist. But surely we're going to need some tatties to go on top of that. Oh, just like that, we're already where we need to be. That's the kind of wood productions we had in mind. You have a knack for deforestation and destruction. Oh, well, that was insultingly easy. I am starting to think that the campaign is not where we're meant to be. Not for the scale we're thinking of. How about we just play a regular run? I wonder if the map opens up a fair bit. Let's just go with the standard twin river here. Sure. Complete tutorial, learn nothing. I think we learned the basics. So it looks like we have a main quest. 4 aristocratic homes. 100% happiness for the aristocrats. Interesting. Alright, let's play more sandboxy, which is usually how I prefer this kind of experience. We'll start by getting ourselves some... Oh, I hope the peasants are fine on crappy land like this. Looks like they are. Peasants, lumber. Is it R to build road? It is not R to build road. Is there a hotkey for road? No. Well, no, but yes. And let's have another one over here doing our tatties. "100% aristocrat happiness, 0% peasant happiness." Doesn't really matter how the peasants feel as long as they pay their taxes. But the problem in this game is that that does matter. Can I build a road that goes here as well? I pay for the privilege, but I don't think that's a huge deal, as long as the roads only cost money. Oh no, not this game. We've suffered enough of it with Blobber. Was Blobber playing this? I thought it was Kaladin playing this, but then again, I'm not known for paying too much attention. So this will all move around, just as we saw before. I would quite like something different. But it looks like I have to research some different. And if I want to do that, I'm going to need me some planks and things. Or we could just upgrade the sawmill. It doesn't look like you're under any time pressure whatsoever. The F buttons are not changing the speed for me anymore for some reason. Why is that? Okay, now they are. Kaladin forced Blobber to play 4 hours of it, but it felt like 4 years. Oh, poor guy. But you know, if you let people choose what you can stream for you, you gotta be able to suck that up sometimes. So I don't know if you want your planks to be far away from this or not, but here's a little bit more planks. Here's a little bit more in the way of civvies. Produce everything I need, please. Yeah, the buttons here just don't seem to work sometimes. That is a massive delay on them. So we get the sawmill. Sawmill's going to give you everything you need to upgrade. And then you can have more buildings and whatnot, right? Same with you. There we go. Looks like it let you have 2 additional buildings, is that right? 2 whole buildings, wow. What a world we live in. I wonder if I can upgrade the houses so they can have more people in them. Yeah, +1 slot. The scale feels very small here, though. Sometimes a man wants bigger scales. Where can I upgrade their homes? Here's peasant home upgrade. +1 peasant slot. And can I queue that? Okay, very good. Mad Genius says, hey Jake, how are you doing this morning? Well, it's far from morning. It is 3:20 in the afternoon, Mad Genius 123. But being the genius you are, you surely knew that. Oh, I haven't actually built the research center. That's the thing, it was automatically built for us in the previous run, wasn't it? Alright, there's your research center. Well, they're getting all that research done. Don't think I grasped the significance of keeping a certain amount of goods inside the castle keep here. They'll just get whatever they need. They're close enough to all the production anyway. Did I actually get what I wanted for the upgrade here yet? Apparently. Plus 50% output for every other building of the same type. Are you telling me there's some kind of downside to this? Because I'm not seeing a downside. Are the keys binding to another setting, like R to rotate is R for zoom? Don't know. It's working now. Just it wasn't working at some other points. You want me to build provisioners and to scout some tiles. That's right, I would quite like to go out and see some more out there. And I believe provisioner was needed for nightly related things. But I would really like to up production somehow. Fishery, are we even near water? Kind of. Yeah, let's get fishing here. Let's make this a food production hub. You got the space for additional places. Have a little bit more in the way of peasantry. And let's figure out how to fish. Costs planks, but we have planks. The system works. I wonder, do I want roads going everywhere here? Because it looks like these guys are pretty slow going back and forth. And that does not seem to have sped them up like it speeds up these guys. Maybe it's irrelevant inside the city. Which is good, because I think it would be tedious putting every possible combination of roads around. Especially when it only costs money. So what did Blobber think of the game, for those that tuned in for that? Blobber can be quite the misery guts old man. I think that's why we see eye to eye on so many things. Alright, let's try our luck with some fishing then. Peasantry, go fishing. In you go. Can only do one? This tile is not suitable. Ah, looks like there need to be shoals of fish there. Shoals? Schools? There need to be fish there. But now are people going to start demanding fish? So are the prices changing dynamically? It's a good question. Wood seems stable. Tate seems stable. Everything seems fairly stable right now. But I imagine that changes when you start building up big time. He refused to even call it a game! Oh, this freaking guy. Alright, I should probably give you some people on your side. How did that work again? There was something to click to get us some troops, and I have swiftly forgotten how it was. Maybe it wasn't just the provisioner thing, but I had to make the light barracks, that's it. Can't have barracks until you have quarry. Works for me. There was a really interesting trade dynamic game, but it was a PvP, player versus player. I always forget the name of it, but it was based on a planet in space, and everything was wildly dynamic. You could have things like end products being cheaper than the goods that you used to make it, and other wild things like that. And sometimes what is normally the cheapest, most abundant resource ends up the most expensive. Off-World Trading Company, that was exactly it, JoePro. Fascinating game. We actually sat down and had like a deep dive design look at it at Paradox. Because it was so fascinating. But I don't remember much beyond that. I played it a bit, but not a ton. I think there was something that just did not click for me with it. What do you mean I can't mine out this with a quarry? Looks tailor-made for being quarried down. Wonder if oh, the light barracks actually needs some stone, so I guess you're currently importing stone? At extortionate prices? Yeah, there we go. Buy or sell automatically to keep the target amount, so they're going to buy it up and it's going to get eaten up by research. And the amount that I have to pay for it is unpleasantly high. Mechanics were mesmerizing for me, but I was never able to fully grasp how to play it well. Yeah, that was part of the problem. It was a PvP game, and I really don't like that kind of pressure on a game, so I didn't feel particularly invested to get good at it. Was it strictly PvP? Now I'm trying to remember. So I'm curious about people's demands here. The budget is going way high. I don't know if that's good or bad. But I want to know, for example, your consumption of fish. Don't think I fully understand this, though. So something is going out towards the fishy place. And something is coming back out. Why is it red going to a peasant home? I do not know. It had PvE. Yeah, see, it was so long ago, I barely remember. Interesting game, but not something I'm dying to go back to and check again. Anyway, the important part is how interesting the mechanics were. And they absolutely were interesting. Just like how fast that horse animates. It's like the Plague Juggernaut in State of Decay with that mod. 4 transporters, so I guess this shows just how stressed they are. Same with the traders. Oh, we can donate to the city to make people happier for 5 minutes. Or I can just take their money. Taking money sounds good. I seem to be spending a lot. But I assume that's the castle buying the stone that they need in order to research this. But they haven't made any progress there yet. Resources needed by the research center. But why are they not getting that stone? Are there no imports? There should be imports, right? That's what this is for. Buy or sell automatically to the target amount. Unless they can only buy it from the cities and it's not a magical external amount. But then how else would you get it there? Oh, well, point is I need to build a quarry and I haven't figured out how. Because I did not deign to do the... Ah, I see. It needs to be done over here. Oh ho, right. This is bad, this is good. I understand now. Then clearly what needs to be done is expansion. Peasant home, 1, 2, 3. I want you to make me the fish. I want you to make me that quarry. And you have space for a little bit more. Better to focus on what you do, so I'll leave you there for now. I might be able to upgrade this and use my other spare peasants, right? Anything's possible, surely. And while we're at it, also give you a road. Edendrum. There we go, the system works. Do you have a quarry? It's not magic. Yeah, I thought it would do something like off-map trading to get the stones, but no, it looks like everything needs to be produced on map. And I'm A-okay with that. I guess I was too set in my Settlers of Catan way, where you get to the edge and you trade 4 for 1, or 3 for 1 if you're at an advantageous port. If I recall well. I even played Settlers of Catan on the Nintendo DS, but there was a bug in that game where if you had a settlement, an enemy settlement, and you built roads around it, like this, then you would capture the settlement and it would become yours. Very strange bug. Never worked for me though. It was just the AI doing it. I just realized, why did the AI capture my my little settlement there? Alright, so hopefully now they're getting what they need for making my beloved light barracks, if this quarry would ever actually bring those stones out. Come on, story, get to... Quarry, get to bloody work. It increases plank... Oh, and it's planks for input. Alright, sure, you know, we got planks to spare. Resources are missing, then get the resources. Look, we got a plank creator right over here. Overcome the planks. Interesting, the planks went into the city center, not to you. Mist Vale. Not a bad name, but I can do better than that. Mistletoe. Pretty sure that's a Dungeon Keeper city name. What was her? Tickle. Ever Smile. Roth Talk? James, it's been too long, but I shouldn't be tempted going back to Dungeon Keeper. I already did a full run of it. Alright, the barracks is mine. An extra knight? I shouldn't need that. A tavern for my people sounds about right. Let's maybe turn those tatties into vodka. Now, surely, I can build up my barracks. That might have limited your expansion a bit much, because you can't have these touching. Even so... I've forgotten how to train these things. Jings, we've got our tavern on the double. One step at a time, game. You already have one light retinue, but I have long forgotten how we make more of these. There was a button that I clicked previously where I was increasing the amount of them, but where was it? No. There was this, but they got made. Or maybe they just passively get created. Missile. Level 19. I just started it, says don't. No way. Great game, Dungeon Keeper. Has anything ever really come along to be quite like it? Alright, well at this rate you're just getting what we have here. And you are going on a scouting trip. I want you to explore the Bed, Bath and Beyond of the South. Meanwhile, I will suss out how to make a tavern. Peasants deserve a tavern. It takes 4 workers. Well, I got spare workers over here, so get to work. Meanwhile, Sir Baron. Not a lot of characters available here, which is a little bit sad. Oh, okay, I was worried that I had to manually tell him everywhere to go. I just want him to actively go scouting. Ah, but he needs the packages. So it's a production question to make these guys explore as well. Is Jake losing to the towns in terms of trade? They seem to be getting rich. Not him. I just need to skim off the top. Anyway, don't worry about these costs. It's because I'm buying resources to the castle. Got to maintain my numbers here. All too easy. Yeah, because they make the packages. I assume we have to pay for the retinue in some way or another. I consider War for the Overworld to be quite the good call. I did not enjoy War for the Overworld. I managed to clean off of it. Okay, I was worried that Baron wouldn't automatically continue scouting. Looks like he does, though. It's one of the greatest. I play through it once a year. Close second is Caesar 3 and Theme Hospital. I could never quite get into Theme Hospital. I was a big fan of Theme Park, but the reason I was a big fan of Theme Park was because I didn't play Roller Coaster Tycoon until I was a man. And then when I did, I realized just how watered down Theme Park was in comparison, and now I love Roller Coaster Tycoon, and of course Transport Tycoon Deluxe. Play those both a fair bit, even in my free time, not just on stream. Although I did not expect that stream of OpenTTD to get as big as it did. The, what is it, the America Colonizing the World run on that ended up being one of my significantly more popular videos I ever put out. Not that popularity of the video is a metric that I base any decision making on, but it doesn't stop it being interesting. That's what we're talking about. Find us some more stones. Right, if we want to advance on to making aristocracy, well, how in the world do we do that? Looks like there's a lot of research to be going through to get there. Game Dev Tycoon eats up my time once a year. I don't know for how long. Game Dev Tycoon. I don't think I played that one, did I? Because I'd already played a very similar game called Game Dev Story, which I thoroughly enjoyed, although on reflection it is a little bit shallow. Right, round and round they go, but while I've been focusing on the exploration there, I think I've been falling behind on glorious production, of which there needs to be more. The money's coming in, but it's not a ton of money. I suspect that's because the castle needs to keep gobbling up more of it. Where do we go from here, though? Wheat farms. Well, if it's anything like Stronghold, the wheat economy is king. The wood economy is important in Stronghold, but the wheat economy is where the mad money is at. Go for negative fear factor, as in make everybody hate you. Oh, we even have a couple of places here to create the wheat farm. Although I wonder if it's a problem that it's so close to Red Willow. Who's to say? We'll get that researched and then get it built. Money? You mean the king's money? The king is busy right now. I will be handling his accounts. I'm like the Chamberlain from Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I really liked his character. Kind of a shame he got offed as swiftly as he did. I tried everything I could to keep him alive, but his death is scripted. Even if you make a human shield for him and kill the gunners that take him out, he still just dies. It is very sad. Oh my, good location for wheat farming. Let's give it a go, shall we? Build it up. Give me some peasants. The peasants can live on the garbage land. And the wheat farms can be on the delicious land. And then we rhododendron it all up. But is wheat something that is just consumed, or do we need to process it in a mill and or bakery? And why are some of these in red? Is that to say that there is not enough? Oh wow, fish. Fish are worth the big money here. Probably because there are only 2 fisheries around, and I never exploited the fish here. Did you ever upgrade your sawmills after the research? That is a good question. All the sawmilling's done in Red Willow, right? Yeah, it's just these 2. What even did I upgrade on them? Oh, I upgraded the sawmill, not the lumberjack. And I didn't. Because I have no money. Am I about to go completely broke here? Come on, you useless buggers, get me the money that I need. I wonder if part of the problem here is that I keep creating all these goods and using them when I can't really afford to. So I should probably tell my knight to cease his exploration, return to the keep, stop spending all of my everything. I have no idea if it's costing me anything to make the knights, but it's certainly, yeah, it's costing me all these tatties to make the provisions. Ah, but we only target 25. This is where we set them up. I see, I see. We have a stock of these light guys, and it's costing me stone and planks to make them. Aha, I see, I see. So once we reach our stock of them, the money should start flowing in. Because I'm no longer spending it all on stuff that I make here. Fascinating. Soldiers famously made from planks. Well, that actually makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Look at our soldiers. That's not a soldier. There we go. Look at our soldiers. What do you think these guys were made of? Nice touch. Although why the little planks need to eat potatoes is a little beyond me. Oh, of course, starchiness. And yeah, there we go. Now the money starts piling up because we're no longer spending it all on our little toy soldiers, or at least not nearly as much. We're almost done. And the meaty stuff, it comes for free. Could get the Toy Soldiers 2 movie made out of this. So when you finish, you no longer start taking in the goods, and then you finish. Is Nettleford even doing anything with this wheat? Wheat actually has a really good price, but do people just eat wheat, or do we process wheat? Let's have a look here. Wheat farm. Aha, there's mill. Mill is unlockable if I go through everything else. Works for me. Let's get the milling done. And the question is, how much do people want that wheat? How much do people want that flour? Is flour worth more? In Stronghold, as I recall, flour is worth less, but because you can... Is it? Wheat into flour. Well, you know what? It's been so long I played Stronghold, I honestly don't remember. Sheep farms, though. We have not branched into the sheep territory. Let's change that. Mistletoe doesn't do enough of anything. Let's change that. Oh, because it's at maximum building count. Well, let's change that as well. Ah, part of the problem, though, is this tavern. Oh, tavern just makes money. Interesting. So it takes in these goods, which it probably has to pay an import tax on for some of them, and just creates dosh for me. I like that. I like dosh. Unfortunately, that means I need more peasants, but we're about to upgrade the peasant home, allowing for more people to be there, so I can still get my looming going. Still don't understand what the red thing is for. Is that saying, oh, it's too far? The mind boggles. Just like my dosh situation is. Shashil saying, hello, enjoying the game so far, Jake? Wasn't sure about buying it. I'll take the opinion of a fellow patrician enjoyer. It's way too early to have much of an opinion here. I want to actually play through a game before I make such judgments. The tutorial certainly taught things, but it felt a little too slow. I just wanted to jump right in. Immerse myself in the game. So sorry, the jury is out on that one, at least for a wee while yet. I will say, though, it feels like the kind of game where you relax with rather than you agonize over the numbers late at night and very actively tweak. It feels more like a setup and then get the enjoyment out of just watching everything work in unison. But that is just my very, very early assessment. Alright, can I go to Red Willow and make you unhappy by stealing your money? Okay, there's a cooldown on stealing money. Also, do they all just give a flat amount of dosh? For example, Nettleford Nettleford don't want to let me do that. But yeah, look at these people. They got too much money. That money should belong to me. So if I just take their money, that means I could buy our sheep farm over here. Display the total amount of resources currently available on the market and the global prices. So the price of wheat's actually going up. As it should be. And mistletoe, I have a funny feeling is going to be worth big dosh to me. So let's... I find it really hard at a glance to tell which building is which. That's a peasant home and that's a peasant home. Let's get them upgraded. Because we are short on workers here, aren't we? Yes, yes. Look at that. You need to be making me tons of money. Although I suspect that doesn't go to me. I suspect it goes to mistletoe. So maybe a city can run out of money and then they won't be able to actually import the goods they need. Then they become unhappy and leave. And then you get some cities that just have way too much money. That's quite nice. In fact, I even just got an achievement, 100% happy peasants. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm just so good to these people. Some peasants ran out of potatoes and that made them slightly less happy. How quaint. So it seems like wool is worthless. Nobody cares about the sheep. Not a particularly Welsh settlement that we have here then. Right, so peasants work peasant jobs, workers work worker jobs, citizens work citizen jobs, and then we get the aristocrats. And if I were to queue them up, it would pretty much flesh out all of my research very well. Unfortunately, go to the pub does indeed involve mingling with peasants. It seems quite good, though. They need to import the goods to generate this money. The money goes into the town, and I get the money from the items that they import. It seems like a pretty good deal, except it costs a ton of peasants. And you still don't have enough, do you? But you have room for one more peasant house, so how about we give that to you? I still don't understand what the red arrows mean. Like, why is that a red arrow coming away from the sheep farm? Do you really need sheep that badly? Maybe yes, because it's a luxury need. So the little transporters have to work harder to distribute the goods within the city. Interesting. A lot of money flying up from the houses here, though. When happiness is high, the inhabitants will pay extra coin to the city, not to me. Well, what's the point of my peasants being happy if I'm not happy? Oh, it's okay. They'll forgive me. They'll probably forgive me. When they starve, they won't be unhappy anymore. They'll be eating each other. Okay, you can stop crying crocodile tears now. They do not want to stop crying crocodile tears. The higher the happiness, the more inhabitants will move into the houses. Okay, has it stopped going down now? I think it has. Feels like a slider that I should be able to drag back up. Just force them to be happier. Alright, we now have worker homes. We've unlocked gratification for peasant homes. Gratification? No, it was gentrification. I think I completely missed the wording there. You lose a peasant slot, but you gain a worker slot, and those workers are needed to work the mills. I don't know how many workers are needed for a mill, but I guess we'll find out real soon. Yeah, the price of wool has skyrocketed. I suspect that's because the luxury needs have kicked in for everybody, and now they want the wool. But they're going to have to pay for that wool, and I levy a 25% tax on all intercity transactions. You know, this game makes some happy things happen in my head, which is a good sign, especially when I can do this. And then the number will plummet. I don't have any wool. Yeah, I'm kind of not making a whole lot of wool here. We were told that monopolies can be problematic, although I haven't quite understood how or why. No wool available on the market. This needs to be built up even more in order to get the room for that. But it really feels like specialization in trade is the way forward. Yeah, one place, just do tons of it and then distribute. It's my best understanding so far. Nettleford doesn't really specialize in much apart from getting wheat out, but I still don't understand the need for wheat. It's not a basic need, it's not a luxury need. What does the wheat even do? It stockpiles to an absurd amount. Maybe we sell it off-map? I don't know, there hasn't been any off-map stuff so far. Maybe wheat is just useless until you get a mill? And what does the stone get used for anyway? I am unsure about that one as well. Is he dropping frames or is it just me? Actually, there seems to be something really bad with my connection today. I dropped a ton of frames in the stream alone. I'm not untowardly downloading anything, am I? No, it doesn't look like it. No, it's most certainly me. Alright, the mill is mine. Let me check it out. Now I have a worker building to build. Right, so we can see this needs 2 workers. And I'm going to need space for that, so if I build up both of these and gentrify them, I'll end up with 1 extra slot for a peasant and 1 extra worker, which allows me to build the mill. Mill can go anywhere? Alright then, let's have it here. On the non-fertile land. Yeah, no, the internet issues on my end. Don't know what's causing it. Although, to be fair, it's been a bit iffy all day today. Had some issues watching or loading some pages earlier today. Maybe the Hungarian government has realised that I am doing horrible things with my tax returns and decided to acutely punish me. I don't know what it is, but you can just look at this and know that this was made in Germany. The pictures of the people here. It's not the way they dress in particular, but it's the art style. Just screams Germanic. Alright, so we've got our first taste of workers. Now that there are workers here, his basic needs include fish. Fish was a luxury need before, wasn't it? Yes, fish became basic, and luxury needs now include clothes and brood. Unfortunately, the mill doesn't make brood, it makes flour. It's not going to make any of it if you're not getting to bloody work. Actually, why isn't he getting to work? Because this thing isn't built yet, of course. And that tells me I need a baker. The requirements here are going to be rather steep, aren't they? I better upgrade Nettleford so we can do it. This will be the bread monopoly home. The Dutch live here. And nobody is less happy about that than me. What is this, though? So, in comes the flour. Ah, finally, use for stones. Actually, that's really good, because now we're going to make money on stones being transported over there. I'm going to need to turn that sheepy stuff into clothes. Extra output when adjacent to water. Why would I want this enabled or disabled? Surely that's just always better. Anyway, lesson learned there. I should have put it over here. I don't think I can just pick it up and move it. And stone tools. Well, we don't have stone tools, so you're out of luck. Now get me my baker. We're not baking at all because we don't have coal, I think. Whatever this mysterious thing is, coal, we don't have. Is coal something we quarry for? No. How in the world do I get coal? Do workers get coal? Charcoal burning? If I had to guess, that's how it goes, which makes me wonder why this was not prerequisite by charcoal burning. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Why would the charcoal burning create the coal? What about a coal mine for the coal? Let me check out the... And there we go. So they burn the wood and they get me coal, which is just what we need, right? If you're going to burn wood, then surely I want it where all my forests are, although I can't remember where the forests are. I think they're in Red Willow. I'm willing to believe that. However, you're going to need 2 workers. I don't have 2 workers, so let's upgrade and gentrify. Upgrade and gentrify. Oh wow, the stream is really struggling. Sadly, for reasons unknown. I can see the bitrate bar on Twitch just being that nasty red line. Hungarian Taxman says no forms, no business. Oh yeah, that could well be it. Well, it's definitely not, but it's funny to imagine that that is the case. Also, the Brookvale people seem a little bit too happy for my liking. They should pay render unto Caesar if they're that happy. After all, their unhappiness just means money doesn't go towards the city for a while. And as we can see, the cities are too rich. Hello, hello. Coal deposit. Ah, but we never researched the coal mine. We did, however, research the bakery, right? No, we're working on it, though. As soon as we have our coal. That's coming, though. Hungarian bureaucracy, carefully considering each frame before forwarding to Twitch. Yeah, Hungarian bureaucracy is a nightmare. And it's all fully in Hungarian. You know, they might at least put it in German, given the amount of Germans they have coming here, but no, all Hungarian all the way. I place this all down on the Hungarian independence revolution. They should have just stuck with having German, but they were like, no, we're independent now. We need a language that is so far beyond anything else so we can feel good and independent about what we do. And thus they have this completely useless language. I guess we're waiting on that coal coming in now. You guys are taking much too long. The crown demands. Yeah, so he's being built up here. Does that go up to 10 out of 10? No, it says output storage full. Ah, but there we go. Now we got it picked up and being brought to... it got brought somewhere. And here's the problem. Whatever, they automatically bring it over. I don't think I quite understood how that's meant to go. The bakery has been unlocked. And let's see how it operates. Now we know I don't have a great track record with managing bakeries, but we'll be fine this time, I'm sure. And yeah, the cities cannot touch, so there always needs to be space between them. Feels a shame to use this good land next to the water, but the bakery goes here regardless. Oh, we have no frames right now. Good thing I have local recording. I suspect that's what will be kept for later. But I should probably just reset my connection. I want to see the bread, though. Yeah, things like this make me lick my lips when it comes to setting up trade things. You see all the little goods going around, you collect your little cut on each of them, and at the same time everyone becomes happy. This is the kind of setup that I really look for in my trading games. Chumra's trying to bribe Twitch with bits to help the bit rate. I sincerely doubt that would work, but it seems like something I should encourage. Okay, I have definitely seen enough of this game, though. I like it. I really do quite like it, but this is the kind of game that I would play in my spare time. This is definitely not a game that I'm particularly happy to be streaming. And I think the reason is it's just not very visceral in how you attain the money. I like it when I can kind of laugh maniacally to myself as I grab the dosh, and currently the only way to do that is by hitting this little timer countdown button. This game gives so far, from what I've seen, a great deal of satisfaction from doing the setup, but it's the kind of setup where I would have this running, maybe even on the second monitor, whilst something else is happening, or I play it whilst watching and listening to somebody's stream. This does not feel like a stream game for me. So I feel really sorry for Blobber having had to stream 4 hours of this, because I'm about 1 hour deep and I've already had enough in terms of streaming it. Have you had a town led by the Scott Avatar yet? No, we just had this. This is the only run we've done here. And it's probably the last run we'll ever see this on stream, because I'm quite satisfied with what I have here so far. So yeah, I like this. I have positive feelings about it. When I get around to doing my end-of-year review of all games, I'll surely have played more of this in my spare time and have good things to say about it. But in terms of being on stream, no. It might seem like I stream everything I play all the time, but I do have games that I prefer to play off-stream. And this will be one of them. What if we have you playing it on the second monitor? Then I can stream myself watching, I don't know, Zeknar's Slay the Spire runs. Streaming Slay the Spire? Well, that's on the schedule for tomorrow, but actually I wouldn't mind doing some of that today. Because yeah, as cool as this game is, it's not for the live stream. Let's give you a save. Save game 01, brilliant name. What's this game in its character limit? Let's get out of here. Nice one. I think it was Kaladin that brought my attention towards this game, so cheers for this, but if you wanted lots of it on stream, that's just not happening. Does not seem like a stream game to me. Doesn't seem like a stream anything, though. My connection just is dying all the time. So I am going to take the stream down, reset my connection, see if that helps it, and then come back with something else. Yeah, clash time. Get clashing. Didn't do the tutorial? I did do the tutorial. But I got about this far and realized the tutorial is just way too unimmersive. I wanted to just jump right into main game. Alright, yes, let's see if we can fix the Slade frame rate and get to a proper game.